And we're home, and it's a beautiful and sunny day here from the castle at the campus of Pope John Paul II, your home of the JPII Knights. As tonight, your JPII Knights look to bounce back against the Christian from last night's loss to Christian Brothers.
For the visiting Memphis University School Owls.
They take on the Memphis University School Owls tonight. The JV game was quite the matchup, so we can expect nothing less tonight. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the one, the only Knights Sports Network.
Number 11, Sellers Shy.
Austin, where's the starting five? Where's the starting five?
Number 23, John McBride.
And before anything else, here's the starting five for your JPII Knights.
6'2" junior guard. Chris Botsko, 6' senior guard. Sam Speck, 6'3", freshman guard.
Gordon Carroll, 6'2", senior forward.
Michael Anderson, 6'4", senior forward.
For your JPII Knights! Number 0, Abishai Lowry. Number 5, Gordon Carroll. Number 11, Sam Speck. Number 15, Chris Bosco. And number 34, Michael Anderson.
And with that, we're set to take off against the Fighting Owls. It's going to be a beautiful game of basketball tonight. Gordon Carroll says to take the tip for the JPII Knights. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful matchup. And for the tip, smacked way back by the Owls, who have a clear height advantage on the Knights already. Picking it up for them is number 11, who is met with number 11, freshman Sam Specht. And it'll be the Owls who strike first on this. Michael Anderson swings in, and a bad shot there gives the Owls possession off of that rebound. Immediately they're back up. Avishai Lowry playing the tip here on this man defense coverage. Lowry moves with one as Specht steps up to meet 11. Specht on the move as it looks like the Knights are playing a 4-and-1 with one person being a follow. Of course, I could be wrong. Lowry tips in and gets that ball away. Avishai Lowry with the steal there. Chris Botsko passes to him here on the fast break, and Lowry goes up and gets fouled. This is the Owls' first foul of the night here with only a minute into the game. They currently hold the early lead. Avishai Lowry was 50% from the free throw line last night. And he's 100 at the current moment. So Lowry gets the first points on the board for the Knights. And Avishai Lowry gets both to tie this baby up. Lowry and Botsko up on the press here. Specht behind them as they're playing a 2-1-2 press. Passed under, and Carroll immediately meets 23, gets free and goes up, drives to the basket, tipped away there by Specht. Specht trying and can't find anywhere, so he decides to take it up himself. Specht tipped away there. He's going to pass to Botsko. Botsko looking around. He's directed attention at Anderson, but passes to Lowry. Lowry passes to Specht. Specht goes to Carroll. Anderson moving in the paint here. And Specht goes down under. And Specht, after his cut, is there free. Anderson tipped away, and the ball remains, or instead goes to the Owls. Once again, Lowry, Botsko, and Spectre playing up on the press. And Gordon Carroll gets the steal. Botsko on the fast break, goes up for himself and is off, but will get fouled and 2 shots. So it seems like what the Knights were trying to do last night on their fast break game is working for them at the moment. However, any flaws in a close game like this will end up hurting the Knights. Botsko with the line for the Knights. Like we got to count how many times I say night tonight, Austin. Botsko gets the first. Thank you, Kaylee. Botsko for the second shot. And so it remains a 1-possession game. Passes, though, after the rebound. Gordon Carroll passes to Chris Botsko. Botsko drives in and kicks it out to Carroll. Carroll kicks it to Lowry. Lowry on the move. Gives it to Specht. Specht passes back as they continue to swing the ball here. Carroll gives to Botsko. Botsko to Lowry. Lowry drives in. No good. And Botsko gets the rebound for the 15-footer. Drives under the basket. Travel violation on Chris Botsko. So Botsko the one playing the Knights there, but still playing up on this zone press, full zone press. And Lowry tips it away there, but unable to cash in on the lost ball opportunity as number 3 retrieved it for the Owls. Number 33 with it now as he kicks to number 1 and 1 to 11 under the basket, who gets 2. Basketball is definitely a game of score changes here, and especially early on, it looks like it'll be such. Lowry trying to drive in, kicks out to Specht, who's in the corner. Corner back to Lowry. Lowry driving under the basket. But Lowry will pick up the foul there. Ivy remaining calm, cool, and collected in this current moment. Puts the shot up. Is off. So Lowry's shooting 66% from the free throw line tonight now. He puts it up. Lowry's off on both, and it's Owls' possession. As they continue to try to move up. Overshot, though. So the Knights will get to take it out. I've noticed something from Coach Wade tonight. He is standing way off in the corner. This is... I want to know the reasoning behind it, but nonetheless, I won't question. Botsko brings it up now for the Knights. Looks to Lowry and gives to Lowry. Lowry at half court, roughly. And he's going to find Carroll. Carroll, the power forward tonight, is playing up at the current moment. I'd like to know what their strategy is here. Botsko fakes the going deep. Pisses to Michael Anderson. Anderson is off. And so the Owls continue to bring it up the court. Owls driving in. That ball's tipped away. A deep 3 for the Owls and in. Lowry calls for help. Anderson is up to bring it. Anderson sets the pick. And Lowry for the 15-footer is off. Once again, rebound caught by Sam Specht. Lowry with his spin move, his famous under hook shot. Why he does it, the world may never know, because he's Ivy. I think that is my best way to put it. And similar to last year, the boy just floats. The boy just floats. 3 to 33, 33 into the paint. It's going to be a push on Michael Anderson, the first foul for the Knights in this quarter. Checking in for the Knights, though, is Andrew Albert, Ben Nixon, and other members of the roster I don't have pulled up. I'm getting there. That one's passed out. And a deep 3, 433 is off. Andrew Albert gets the rebound there. Bringing it up for the Knights currently is Jaden Young. Ben Nixon with possession now. He passes back out to Young. And there is a foul on the Owls. Possession remains with the Knights. Tim Lark is the one who was receiving the pass there from Young. MUS currently has 4 fouls in only the first quarter. Young taking it out, passes to Murray. Murray gives back to Lark. Lark passes back to Murray. Judson Murray puts up 2 points. It's off. Ben Nixon trying for the rebound there. It's no good. And so once again, they continue to bring the ball right back up the court. 11 passes to 3. 3 from behind and goes in with an open shot. He decides to drive in and the pass under the basket. And it looks like Albert is going to get a pushing foul. Andrew Albert coming back off of a, I don't want to call it a suspension, but he was not allowed to play in the most recent games due to academic probation, which he is currently off of, therefore eligible to play. Ten with the ball now. Young trying to get it there, Lark in on him, and ball driving in here. We are waiting the foul call here. That foul's on Judson Murray, an illegal block. And that pass goes deep to 15, who kicks it to 4. 4 moves slowly with it here for the Owls. 4 to 15, goes wide to 23. 23 finds 3. And so the Knights are keeping above the key right now. 4 with it, passes to 23. Owls from the corner, shot, good. So it's a 10-5 lead here as they have doubled their lead over the Knights. The Knights, though, do not seem to be worried quite yet. Albert sets the pick. Lark goes deep for the 3, is off. And a fast break opportunity here for the Owls, but the Knights able to meet them and unable to cash in here. He's attacked by 3 Knights. Ben Nixon has it here and passes to Young. Young back to Ben Nixon. Ben Nixon passes to Lark, and Lark stolen from 3 on the fast break, goes up and in for a 12-5 lead now. And immediately the ball goes to Lark, though. Lark driving in. And they're going to say it was an illegal block.
Fouls on number 3 are Scott, his second team.
Jack Bender checks in for the Knights at the moment. Judson Murray coming out. While we have 2 check-ins for the Owls at the same time. Young taking the ball in, finds Lark. Lark goes around, Albert sets the pick. Ball goes back to Young. And that one's tipped away here. Young trying to get it back for the Knights, no good. And 4 for the Owls. So it's a 14-5 lead now as the starting 5 sets to go back in for the Knights. Hopefully too much damage has not been done quite yet. Lark passes out. And that ball gets away. 23 goes in, and Young with the steal there for the Knights off of an intercepted pass. Jack Bender, the intended target for that pass, receives. And it's a foul on number 15 for the Owls. The starting 5 checks back in for your Knights. That's Avishai Lowry, Michael Anderson, Sam Specht, Chris Botsko, and Gordon Carroll. Botsko with the ball now. Bringing it up for the Knights. Botsko calls for help from Lowry. Lowry delivers. Specht comes around to help out Lowry. Specht passes back to Lowry, and Lowry calling for help from Carroll. Carroll sets the pick, but not used as the ball goes back to Chris Botsko. Avishai Lowry finds his way under the hoop, passes to Anderson, Anderson to Carroll, and Specht for the 3 is in.
That's a JPII.
So freshman Sam Specht brings this game back into perspective for the Knights. And from under the hoop, ball is up. Specht bringing it up for the Knights here with 36 seconds left. Comes around and passes to Botsko. Botsko to Lowry. Lowry with nowhere to go, begins to move. Botsko moves up court with 23 seconds left. Botsko tries to find someone. There's no one. Finds Specht. Specht goes back to Botsko. Carroll cuts across the key and then comes up. Lowry now with it. 7 seconds left. Ball gets away. Anderson loses it. And with 1 second left, he fires up a shot. That is off. That brings an end to the first quarter. Your JPII Knights currently trailing the Owls by a score of 14-8. You're tuning into the one and only Knights Sports Network, and we're going to take a quick break. Doesn't get rid of first quarter then, look. I didn't do anything. And we're back. Please bear with us if we're trying to fix what's up with the scoreboard. Austin, is first quarter part of the AE image? Yeah, it's part of the AE image. Four-point game. Now it's 13 passes to 5. .23 looking for something. Can't find anyone. Tries under the basket for the 3. No good. Knights leave him open, but it's off. Michael Anderson gets the rebound. Chris Botsko bringing it up the court for the Knights is immediately met with number 5 and number 4 on double coverage. Michael Anderson gets the pass. Passes Sam Specht open in the corner, but no one finds him. Passes to Specht, and Specht fires it up. Off. No good. Any attempt for a rebound either. However, definitely some of the best play we've seen from JPII in this game there. Finding an open Sam Specht there. And 5 goes up for the 3 and sinks it. So 17-10 now. Owls currently leading. Ivy put that shot up, but no good. Sam Specht gets the rebound for the Knights. Ball's tipped away, though, but remains with the Knights. Botsko passes to Abishar Lowry. Lowry passes back to Botsko. Botsko to Lowry to Carroll. Carroll trying to find someone. Can't find anyone, so passes to Sam Specht. Specht bounce pass to Botsko. Botsko pass to Specht. Specht to Anderson. Anderson off. And a rebound from the Owls. Michael Anderson took that 15-footer there, and there was no one to rebound. Specht, the other tall player on the court. Nowhere to be found, and another three from the Owls is off. Carroll gets it. Botsko moves it up the court. Botsko driving, pulls in, pulls up, and is airballing it there. And so 35 brings it up, passes 2-5. 5 goes back right to on the give and go, but it is no good there. Botsko on the bad pass from Lowry, and the ball goes back to the Owls. And 13 right under the basket there. Specht puts his hands up, but it's not good enough. So the Knights trail by 9 once again. This is the second time they've trailed by 9 tonight. They brought it back within 4 earlier. And Botsko passes to Specht. Specht on the move. Specht goes back to Botsko. The Knights slowing it down a little too much here, I think. Botsko passes wide to Avishai Lowry. Lowry passes to Specht with no one there. And that foul is going to give Avishai Lowry 2 shots.
Fouls in number 23, John McBride, his second, team 7th. Hit the line, shooting 2 shots, Avishai Lowry.
Lowry is off on that shot. Checking in for the Knights, number 12, Darius Kendall, and Andrew Albert, number 31. Lowry puts up the second shot and sinks that one, though. It's only an 8-point deficit at the moment. Lowry playing low on defense here. Man was once working for the Knights and is now currently not. Ball passed in, deep 3 is off. Lowry gets the rebound and drives up the court. It's currently something I've noticed is both teams are not rebounding their own rebounds well. However, they seem to both be getting them from the other side as possession changes are quite common. Lowry goes up, is off. That foul was on Avishai Lowry at the same time.
Lowry, his first, team 5th. Correction on the
So the current foul situation is 7 fouls to 5 fouls. And 33 in deep territory gives to 5 in deep territory, gives to 23 outside of the 3-point line. Albert gets the rebound. Albert trying to find someone here. No one moving for him. Gives to Specht. Finds Albert. Kendall looking to get the rebound. No good. Anderson gets the rebound, however. Avishai Lowry tries driving in, and it's just off on that shot. A few bad rolls for Avishai Lowry. This game could be much closer. Well, I've never wanted to argue with our calls from the refs on air. It did look a little bit like number 4 took a good walk before hitting Andrew Albert. Nonetheless, he will be getting 2 shots for it. First one, toilet bowls its way in.
Tyler Patterson and Chris Botsko for the Knights.
And both shots are good, so a 10-point lead now for the Owls. This is their largest. Coach Wade calls a timeout, so we're going to take a short break. You're tuning into the one and only Night Sports Network, and we will be right back. And we're back. Darius Kindle bringing it up for the Knights. Passes to Chris Botsko. Botsko to Specht. And it looks like there's going to be a reaching in foul. It is a push, actually.
33, Slow Miles, his second, team 8th.
Kindle gets the first. And Specht putting up his second shot. Specht makes both of them there. The young freshman hoping to lead this team. Currently playing down low for the Knights is Taggart Patterson and Michael Anderson. Darius Kindle is playing the 3, while your point guard is Chris Botsko shooting Sam Specht. Drives up, and it looks like they're going to say there was some contact here.
Fouls on number 12, Darius Kindle, is first, team 7.
First shot is off.
Everyone shooting the second of 2 shots. Slow Miles.
Avishai Lowry checks back in for the Knights. Knights currently trailing by 8. Shots up. That second shot is good. Ivy passes to Sam Specht. Specht trying to find someone, finds Botsko. Finds Ivy again. Ivy trying to drive in, can't find any help. Michael Anderson gets it, steps out of the paint. Specht shoots a 3, it's off. Anderson tries to knock that ball away, and it looks like Anderson is going to get a foul there. So Michael Anderson will get a pushing foul there.
Michael Anderson is
Both teams are currently in the bonus.
at the line, shooting 1-1. Number 15, Jason Holland. 30-second timeout called by the Knights.
So Coach Wade calls his second 30-second timeout tonight. You're tuning into the one and only Night Sports Network, and we will be right back. And we're back, shooting the 1-and-1, or the MUS Owls. And that shot is off. Patterson gets the rebound, passes to Botsko. Botsko driving his way up the court. Passes to Taggart Patterson. Patterson passes to Specht. Specht back to Patterson, and Patterson to Botsko. Botsko to Lowry. Lowry to Patterson. Patterson for the 3, no good. And that one gets away from the Owls here, driving their way through. And we're going to have a double dribble violation, giving the Knights back the ball. Botsko has the ball. Gives to Patterson. Patterson once again to Botsko. Botsko's intended target there was Anderson, and Botsko on the stumble there, and they're going to call possibly a goaltending foul. Goaltending's not really a foul, but goaltending would give us the points. They will not call goaltending, though. And Botsko will go to the line for shooting.
10, Aaron McKay.
Shuts up. It's good.
Chris Botsko shooting 1 second of 2 shots.
Botsko puts up 2nd, no good. Lowry trying to go up there. Twice no good, and that ball is going to be knocked out by Lowry, giving possession back to the Owls. Lowry had a clean shot there and was just immediately met with MUS pressure. So a 8-point deficit for the Knights at the current moment. Tries going deep. Michael Anderson, the only one to defend. No good on the only mismatch they've really had, but gave the Owls enough time to get into position down the court. Tries to find his way through, and that's a foul on the Knights.
Fouls on 11 steps back. At the line, shooting 1-1. Number 15, Jason Holloman.
And the shot's up. First one is in. And both shots in for the Owls. So, moving up, Sam Speck passes to Michael Anderson. Anderson puts up for 2. That is the purest basketball I've seen the Knights play tonight. Hopefully keeping up like that, and they may have a chance in this game. Passes deep, pump fakes and tries to drive in, passes out. Shot is up, toilet bowl's out. Patterson got the rebound there and gives to Botsko. Botsko driving it up the court. 23 seconds left, passes to Taggart Patterson. Passes to Lowry. Lowry gives to Botsko. Botsko back to Lowry. Lowry once again to Botsko in this consistent chain of back and forth passing. Lowry finds Chris Botsko with 3 seconds left, puts it up and gets fouled. Ball does not go in though, so no and 1. Botsko has a pretty good free throw percentage though. Therefore he hopes to put up a few more points for the Knights in this one before we can end this quarter. Botsko guaranteed 2 shots.
Fouls on number 10, Aaron McKay is 2nd.
So a quick check-in for the Owls.
At the line, shooting 2 shots. Chris Botsko.
Botsko gets the ball. Botsko puts it up. And in.
What do you all know? Number 10 got hurt or something. They just asked for a trainer.
Botsko gets the second opportunity here. A 7-point game as he tries to chuck one up before the end, but not enough. So that brings forth halftime here from the castle at Pope John Paul II High School. Your Knights trailing the MUS Owls by a score of 24-17. My name is Oliver Anton, and we're so glad you've been joining us for this half. We're going to be back at the end of halftime. We hope to see you then.
Boys, they play on with all the
And we're back. The MUS Owls will get the ball to start off the second half. The starting five for the Knights remains the same as the first half. Avishai Lowry, Chris Botsko, Gordon Carroll, Michael Anderson, and Sam Specht. Playing up top is Botsko and Lowry, while Specht, Anderson, and Carroll play down low. Playing zone defense, and Michael Anderson will get called for a reaching foul there. With the current setup, that means Chris Botsko is your point guard, Avishai Lowry your shooting guard, Sam Specht your 3 guard, and Botsko almost with the steal there, but no good. Your small forward, Gordon Carroll, and your power forward, Michael Anderson. That's another foul on the Knights there, their second of this half already.
Also number 15, Chris Botsko is first.
Botsko is charged with that foul. 3 trying to drive in here. Ball bounces off of his ankle there and gets them 2 points.
John McBride with the 2-point basket.
And driving in, it's off. Anderson makes the save off of a steal. Specht bringing the ball up the court fast. Specht driving in, and there's going to be a push on a basket that went in for Sam Specht.
Fouls on Sawyer Shy, his 3rd, team first.
Specht with possession of the ball now. Passes to Lowry, who gives to Botsko. Botsko goes for the deep 3 and sinks it for the Knights.
JPII, Chris Botsko.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jordan Tupper, what a man right there. Botsko bringing it up the court again for the Knights. And an illegal block there on the Owls. I mean, honestly, I think you could see, though, from Botsko's body language there that he was going the opposite way. Therefore, that was not a bad. That was a bad attempt, rather, to try and pull a charge. Botsko has 5 seconds here and calls timeout for the Knights.
Knights.
This could be problematic.
30-second timeout.
A 30-second timeout that could become problematic for the Knights later on in the game. So very good for MUS there and playing good defense and forcing him to call time. So Botsko ready to bring the ball in for the Knights. No substitutions at the current moment. And finds Specht, who gives back to Lowry. Lowry drives under the basket. And another foul. Fouls on number 1 there, off with the push.
Number 1, Josh Tannenbaum.
So there are 3 fouls now on them. Botsko passes to Specht. Specht goes in Anderson. Anderson goes for the 3, is off. Anderson retrieves it though, gives to Botsko. Botsko puts up another 3 and is once again off. So 2 bad 3-point attempts there for the Knights, especially Michael Anderson. Botsko possibly a little more redeemable there, but that arc was just not good enough if you want my 2 cents on it. Maybe you don't, maybe you do, world may never know. Nonetheless, ball goes to 3 for the Owls. That shot's up and off. Anderson with the rebound and gives to Gordon Carroll. Gordon Carroll bringing it up for the Knights. Carroll gives to Specht. Specht driving in. Specht under the basket, no good. Finds Lowry. Lowry trying and drives under, passes out, and that ball intercepted there by the Owls, who continue to bring this one right back up the court. And he goes in under the basket. Michael Anderson tries for that rebound. Gordon Carroll gets it. And Carroll bringing it up the court for the Knights. Passes to Avishai Lowry, and Lowry calls for help from Michael Anderson, who does not get the pick. Anderson Dribbling with it and gives to Lowry. Botsko trying to keep the swing in motion, finds Gordon Carroll. Carroll gives to Michael Anderson. Michael Anderson does not go up with it and instead decides to pass back out to Sam Specht. Specht goes for the deep three and toilet bowls its way out there. It is a 2-on-2 and now a 4-on-2 for the Knights as the rest of MUS catches up. And it looks like there is a foul on MUS. However, that may not be good for the Knights as they can press, and instead MUS decides not to press. It looks like we have a timeout taken by the Owls.
Timeout. Full timeout.
I won't lie, none of us know who this timeout came from. Long story short, full timeout. You're tuning into the one, the only Night Sports Network, and we will be right back. And we're back. I have a shot with Lowry bringing it up for the Knights here. Ivy gives to Botsko. Botsko slow with it here. Takes it back and goes back to Lowry. Pass almost intercepted. Lowry's going to drive in and get fouled. Ivy quick to get up there. So he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Fouls on number 15, Jason Holland, his second.
That's on 15 for the
At
Owls.
the line, shooting 2 shots at a shot, Lowry.
The Owls definitely a physical team as they currently hold 5 fouls. That one just once again some bad rolls for the Knights.
Trey Moran enters the game for the Owls.
And that ball goes in. Andrew Albert checked in for the Knights for Michael Anderson. So he passes in. Andrew Albert aggressive on the court right now. Something the Knights definitely want to see at the current moment. It's a deep 3 from 5 is bad. And it looks like we have a push off on Andrew Albert, which will keep possession with the Fighting Owls. Is it just Owls or is it Fighting Owls? I really want to know. If we have any MUS fans watching, please update us in the comments. I don't know if it's Fighting Owls or Owls, and I'd really appreciate it to get it right for y'all. And that shot is up, off, rebound Gordon Carroll. Carroll gives to Avishai Lowry. Lowry pushes up and gets 2 for the Knights, and this game is a 3-point game. So, surprisingly, I'm not one to typically call Chris Botsko right, but Chris Botsko is right here, and zone defense seems to be working for the Knights. Wow, I think that was the most painful thing I've ever said. It burns. 23 from the foul line, gets 2. I won't say anything bad about that shot. Beautiful release, beautiful shot. Perfect arc and right in with the swish. Botsko driving in. Botsko passes out to Albert. Albert gives to Lowry. Lowry in the paint. And Lowry gets 2 more. Avishai Lowry looking like himself from last year now. Now if he just starts floating again, I think we'll be set. And Gordon Carroll gets that steal. Gives to Ivy. Ivy driving in, goes up and gets himself fouled. So if basketball doesn't work out for Ivy, I think he has to go replace Chris Angel with those tricks on how to fly. Because that boy can go from the foul line and float his way to the basket. And I will never understand how. Lowry gets the first.
Lowry shoots inside 2 shots.
And it looks like possession arrow remains with JPII.
Knights ball.
Ivy goes to take this baby out for the Knights. And Spence goes deep. Spec to Ivy, gets the rebound. Gordon Carroll gets the rebound, passes to Botsko. Botsko goes into Lowry. Lowry ties this baby up.
Abishai Lowry.
We've got a game for you now, folks. It's just 28-28 with a whole quarter left to play. Abishai Lowry tips that one away, and we've got a reaching in foul.
I love that mom.
Fouls on number 4, Trey Warren, his first.
Foul on the Owls. Abishai Lowry goes to the line. The energy here from the castle, electric, to say the least. As it goes silent for Abishai Lowry. Ivy gets the first in the 1-and-1, and the Knights have their first lead of tonight. Botsko switches with Andrew Albert. Shots up. And good! The Knights' press is intense here. Gordon Carroll trying. And Chris Botsko gets a steal. Botsko takes for himself, is off. Carroll goes up with a rebound and gets 2. And the Knights force the Owls to take a timeout. The crowd eccentric here from the castle. JPII looking like the team they've been in years past and not what their last 3 games have been. Hopefully trying to even out their record at 500 to go 2-2 and gain their first win in Division II AA this year. Something that will definitely help them in the playoffs for sure. You're tuning into the one and only Knights Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break. MUS passing under the hoop. That's a foul on the Knights. Looks like Sam Specht is going to pick up that foul.
Fouls on number 31.
It actually is on Andrew Albert. Shot is up, and the first one goes in.
At the line, shooting the second 2 shots.
Albert checks out. Michael Anderson back in for the Knights. Shots up. Good for the Owls. Abishai Lowry brings it up for the Knights. Passes into Gordon Carroll. Carroll goes to Specht. Specht finds Michael Anderson. And Specs trying to find somewhere to go. Specs takes it in for himself. And freshman Sam Specs for 2 more points. And Michael Anderson off of the tip from Botsko. Botsko takes a deep 3, is way off. Ball rolls out though and keeps the Knights possession. Honestly, Botsko would have had a better chance driving to the basket on that one. Botsko gets the ball there and pump fakes the 3 to give to Gordon Carroll. Carroll comes around and in.
Carroll for 2.
And it's a 3-on-1 opportunity here. And amazingly, he gets 2 points there in quite an impressive play. Found the perfect amount of space between himself and Michael Anderson and put up 2 points. Botsko trying to slow it down here to bring it to the end of this quarter. There are 40 seconds left. Ivy with the ball now, gives to Carroll. Ivy on the move, trying to find somewhere to go. Ivy calls for help. Carroll and Specht move on the left side, and Ivy drives in for himself. That ball rolls out of bounds, and possession arrow points to the Owls.
Score Miles versus the Owls.
And he goes up for the 3 and is off. You know what that means. We are gonna head to the 4th quarter here with your JPII Knights currently leading the MUS Owls 36-32. You're tuning into the one and only Knight Sports Network, and we're gonna take a quick break. Okay, because it's like, think of it this way, when you're using 2 graphics cards, it's like using 2 brains. It's 2 things trying to do the same thing. Yeah, it's trying to run. I always throw credit. Because you're not Steven, that's why. All right.
Knights ball begins the 4th quarter.
Back here from the 4th quarter, here in the castle of the campus of Pope John Paul, the 2nd high school. Your JPII Knights leading the MUS Owls by a score of 36-32. Chris Botsko was taking the ball up there and gave it to Avishar Lowry. Ivy to Specht. Specht to Carroll. Carroll trying to continue the swing there. Ball tipped away and remains Knights' possession. Mr. Sun came up and he smiled at JP2 at the current moment because it is bright. You didn't catch my reference there. Shining City on a hill, exactly. Specht with the ball now. Specht driving in. Specht, ball tipped away. Michael Anderson saves it, and Specht goes up for 3. Specht sinks 2.
JP3, everybody.
So Sam Specht, the young freshman, currently leading the Knights in points tonight, I believe, although Avishar Lowry most likely a close second. And that will be a foul on Avishar Lowry.
Foul on Avishar Lowry.
That was his 2nd of the night, and the team 5th of the half. The Knights currently in the bonus. Botsko tries for the steal. It's not successful. And 5 goes up for the 3. It is off with nowhere to go as Specht was not there to retrieve the rebound. Yet another poor shot. Botsko driving up the court. Botsko takes for himself, gets fouled, and picks up the and one. So what a second half for the Knights, to say the least. Actually, what a good last 4 minutes for the Knights, because this is a totally different ball game 6 minutes ago. Shot's up. Shot is off. Anderson tries for the rebound. Unsuccessful. And shot is up. 3 is good. Botsko slows it down, bringing it up the court. And that one's a steal off of Michael Anderson on a bad pass from Chris Botsko. Actually, there's a pretty decent pass there. It's just good coverage. Probably a bad pass choice is a better way to put it. That shot is up, and MUS gets their own rebound there. Gives to number 3. Number 3 goes up for 3. Ironic 3 for 3 there. All right, it's a 3-point game now. Lowry slows down the game. Lowry gives to Botsko. Botsko gives to Lowry. Lowry to Specht. Specht, travel violation on the freshman. With the ball now, goes under the rim, gives to 33, no good, gives to 23 for a 15-footer, which is unsuccessful. Ball tipped out, and I'm going to say it remains with the Fighting Owls. Sweet. .23 goes up. His shot is no good. Knights with the rebound there. Michael Anderson gets the credit. Ivy driving under the basket, gets hit here, but it's a charge nonetheless. So that is Ivy's 3rd foul of the night. 6th for the night in this half. Knights have switched back to man defense here. Not quite sure I agree with that, but nonetheless. MUS is trying to tie this up with a 3, as you can tell. Sam Specht had that rebound and lost it. It looks like it's going to be a reaching in foul on Care, and it's going to be out of bounds instead. Knights ball. And it looks like it's a timeout here from
Knights ball timeout.
The Knights. It's a full timeout. You're tuning into the one and only Knights Sports Network, and we're going to take a quick break.